Falcon fans, and of course, Falcon fans. One time for the fan. Oh my God! And they're showing it. They're showing the replay.
The replay of what?
The touchdown with the Vikings.
Oh God. Well,
All those
we
30
always
Vikings fans
sometimes
that showed up.
we always sometimes on the bad side of some shit.
NFL love to show the bad sides. One time for the fan. You already know what it is. You already know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Falcon fans checking in from all over. Welcome to another episode of One Time for the Fan. Kiki, I'm confused, is here with us. Bodie 3000 possibly might be joining in with us here shortly. Chase, don't know if Chase will be joining here with us tonight, but big shout out to Dirty Fanatics United too as well. Falcon fans here in the chat, once again, hit that like, share, and subscribe. Bring your Falcons friends. Bring your Falcons family. This is a safe place here to talk about the Atlanta Falcons. I understand that the disappointing, embarrassing, upsetting loss today has a lot of people feeling some type of way. And of course, one time for the fan, doesn't matter if we win, doesn't matter if we lose, we will always talk Falcons football. One thing I do want to let everybody know, just please be respectful here in the chat. Also be respectful to the players on the team. And of course the coaching staff too as well. But we do want to get out our thoughts and our feelings about the Atlanta Falcons. Episode 141. Big shout out to everybody that's been rocking with us for such a long time. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all the other sites, Anchor, FM. Who else knows where you can find One Time for the Fan? But we do appreciate all the support. Kiki.
What's up?
Outside of the Atlanta Falcons,
Mm-hmm.
how have you been doing?
I've been good. Life just been lifing. I lost like two friends back to back this past week. Girl I went to high school with, she died in a car accident. The other girl I went to college with, she died from a domestic violence situation. So it's just been like a little mental health thing I've been, going through a little bit because it was kind of cool with both of them. So.
Kiki, I'm sorry that you're going through this situation. I know for most fans here in the chat, they have something going on in their lives too as well. That could definitely can use some prayer too as well. But I'm sorry that you have to deal with the situation at this time in your life, Key. But prayers up to your friends and family. That's also dealing with that situation too, because it's tough losing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Especially somebody that you're close with, somebody that you know. So I know your week has been a lot going on outside the Atlanta Falcons. And then for you yourself, you wanted a win today.
I did.
That would make you feel a little bit better.
Yeah,
about the
bring some
situation.
type of sunshine to a
Some type
cloudy
of
week.
sunshine to a rainy, cloudy day. But that wasn't the case for the Atlanta Falcons. For those joining into the chat, hit that like, hit that share, and subscribe. Should we get right into it, or should we try to beat around the bush first?
Oh no, I think we should. I think this is one of
what
those
else is
shows
going
where
on in the sports world right now outside of this shit?
The only thing I got that I can say for this is it sucks that we fell to number 2 in the division, but at the end of the day, Falcon fans, we still control our own destiny. We got to beat the Saints. I'm not too worried about the Bucks, and I definitely ain't worried about the Panthers. I feel like the Falcons, we are our own worst enemy. We do shit that we shouldn't be doing, and that's why we're in this situation. We're beating ourselves. So,
Falcon fans in the chat, bring your comments, bring your questions, bring your thoughts about the Atlanta Falcons' disappointing loss today to the Minnesota Vikings at home in the Bend. So much to talk about from Taylor Heineke, the situation with the play calling too as well. Arthur Smith, I think social media has found a new target this week, and it's Arthur Smith. But of course, when you lose games, Key, that's what comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
games like how you lost today, that's what's going to come with it.
Yeah.
Team that is going into mid-November shortly here on some games.
Mm-hmm.
Games where you really need to win. I mean, your record doesn't show that you need to lose some of these games, or you can lose a trap game here and there. No, these are games you're supposed to win. Now you're 4-5.
Yeah.
You can't. I'm sorry to drop the F-bomb so early in the podcast, but Falcon fans in the chat, you can agree or disagree. You can't fuck around right now.
No. And today, I definitely think we fucked around and found out today we gotta stop shooting ourselves in the foot. Because we should not. We really should not have lost today.
This is the game you can look back. The Tennessee Titans game, okay, I can call it like that. The Jaguars game or the Lions game, now you look back at it. The Jaguars are a pretty decent team right now. They're rolling.
Right.
The Lions were a pretty decent team right now, getting into that form. They were rolling. But the Washington game, you should have won.
Yeah.
The Tennessee game, you should have won.
Mm-hmm.
This game today, wow. But we'll let the chat.
Yeah, I mean, because like Dobbs just like literally he didn't practice none this week with the team.
Oh, don't even get me started on that situation. I'm still going over the Atlanta Falcons. Josh Dobbs don't even know the fucking players on the team that he's playing with.
Here's my thing though. Like I know it's easy. Like we should not have let defense should have not let that last play happen. But I feel like defense was also gassed as well. Because I mean, it was certain situations where they put us in situations where we could have gotten 7 and we walked away with 3 points. Field goals are not always gonna cut it.
This is so tough, Falcons fans. And I know
didn't Lorenzo Carter get us on the goal line at one point?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell happened?
Mm-hmm. This is big. Falcon fans in the chat, bring your questions, bring your comments, bring your thoughts about the Atlanta Falcons. Go ahead and bring your Falcons friends and family. Of course, you know the next game on the schedule, the Arizona Cardinals. Can the Falcons come away with a win there? I think they can. Even the way they played today shows that they can go out there and get a win. It's just disappointing where you have the win locked up and then you just, I don't want to say the words again because Falcon fans are used to this, but you blow it.
Uh-huh.
It's disappointing. And then you lose in front of Danny fucking Glover. How?
I didn't know he was there.
How do you lose in front of Danny Glover? Danny Glover came to see a fucking win. You don't lose in front of Danny Glover. That's number one. That's Danny Glover.
Man,
somebody owes Danny Glover an apology.
Losing to Doja Cat was not on my bingo card for the day.
Fucking A, not Doja Cat. Sterling Woods is in the chat. What we know, let Smith go. Here we go. Doja, man. I'm fucking thinking about Doja Cat. Sterling Woods already lighting it up. What we know, let Smith go. We can't say that it's on the defense. We had the chance to score points. The play calling in the red zone was just terrible.
It was.
Hashtag Smith got to go. I'm not on the side of course, firing Arthur Smith right now at the moment. I'm letting the organization and do what they need to do. I saw Mike Conti's tweet where he tweeted, there is no firing of the coach right now at this moment. So I wouldn't expect that to happen. But there is a lot of frustration.
Hashtags. You see that?
There's a lot of hashtags. There's a lot of frustration from Falcon fans to the coaching staff about what they saw today and what they saw last week. And of course, some of these games that are winnable that on the schedule, I mean, we came in with one of the easiest schedules and still on the record going forward. We still have a couple games we're supposed to be winning, but it's like, can we win those? It's disappointing. It's disappointing. Big shout out to Jeff Wolf, also in the chat. He said, I am done. Jeff Wolf. Coaching staff has had their chance. Maybe one more games than we should have. Way too many coaching errors early doomed us. Say it now. We have flashy pieces. They need to be moved. There's a lot of fans going over the Bijan Robinson situation. The play calling at the goal line today, too, as well, has also raised some concern for Falcon fans. Bijan Robinson in the first 6 games, NFL Ricky Watch tweeted out 13.3 carries per game, 66.8 rushing yards per game, 5.3 targets per game, 4.3 receptions per game, 31.5 receiving yards per game. But in the last 3 games, 7.7 carries went down from there. 38.7 rushing yards per game went down from there. 3.0 targets per game went down from there. 0.7 receptions went down from there. And 2.7 receiving yards went down from there the last 3 games. So some fans are really looking at this like, what the fuck is going on here with the Atlanta Falcons?
Can I say something about that though?
Yeah, you go
Like
ahead.
I love Bijan. Don't get me wrong, and I get what the fans are saying because like on those goal line situations, I do feel like that's when he should have been on the field. But he is making his rookie mistakes as well, like the fumbles and not getting his head around to catch balls. Like, but I just understand both sides of it because I mean you saw Algier with he was killing it. He killed it, to get us back on top. So it's just like for me, it's like feed the hot hand. I mean, I get you want to use your number one pick, but he's still a baby too. So yeah.
Falcon fans, if you're checking in on Facebook, you haven't headed over to Twitter and hit that subscribe button. Head on over to Twitter, hit that subscribe. Those listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, wherever you're checking in from, definitely head on over and hit that subscribe too as well. If you're on Twitter, go ahead and hit that like, that share, that retweet, that repost, whatever the fuck Elon Musk got going over there. I'm dropping F-bombs all day
Because
today.
I really feel like that fumble,
Fucking
one fumble, that ruined the momentum for me. And then I think right after the fumble, then it was an interception from Heineke. It was just like turnover, and then there was a point where he almost turned it over again. So I'm just like, well, so much for that shit.
Turnovers is one thing Falcon fans are definitely disappointed about. D.A. Hunter here, he said, what's up one time? Man, another disappointing game. The offense continues to hold us back. One thing we'll talk about here tonight too as well, the ups and downs of the offense, the ups and downs of the defense, man. The Grady Jarrett, are we missing Grady Jarrett? Is that it right there along the front line? I don't think that's it right there. Some fans text me earlier. It was like, man, Grady Jarrett's out. Shit's killing the defense right now.
I really feel like first half and then like defense had their good moments. I mean, at one point I thought it was like, damn, y'all some head busters right now. It's like y'all took the rookie quarterback out for the Vikings, like out within what 5 minutes of the game, 6 minutes.
DSGB Hall's in the chat checking in one time. He's dropping emojis. Don't forget hashtag one timers, hashtag the fan club. Said, man, this play calling is killing us. You not win games kicking field goals in the red zone. I repeat, you will not win games kicking field goals in the red zone. Defense, tackling, sheesh. They already dropping the sheesh bombs in here. Jeremiah Weems is in the chat. Falcon fans, if you're checking in right now, once again, shout out to you all. I know we're all going through this together. Falcon fans, right? We're all 4-5 right now. We all saw the Saints win. We all know that this division pretty much can possibly go down to the last game of the season. We thought for some of these trap games and looking at the easiest schedule. Kiki, we talked about this too last year with that schedule stuff and looking at shit on paper.
Right.
Like,
sometimes
we really got to get over this shit.
Yeah, sometimes strength of schedule really don't mean anything because all these teams are fighting for wins. So, and it's any given Sunday in this NFL, any given Sunday, Monday, or Thursday.
Jeremiah Williams in the chat. Creekery's in the chat.
Thank you, Creekery.
Anthony White's in the chat. He said, ain't no sunshine shit. Not the Billy Withers.
It ain't none. It's like I tried to tell people, I wasn't trying to like be a negative Nancy because everybody knows like that I rock with QB. I rock with anybody who reps the logo. So at the end of the day, so don't get me wrong. But I didn't want people to feel like just because we threw Heineke in it, that was an automatic win. I mean, it's still a play calling at the end of the day.
She lost in front of Danny fucking Glover.
Hey, well, you tell Mustache. Maybe if he cut the mustache and gained his weight back, he called better plays when he was fat.
Danny Glover and Morgan Freeman, two people you're not supposed to lose a game in front of.
And Morgan Freeman somewhere on the stage in that city.
Thomas Scott's in the chat. Hugs. Hey, big shout out also to
the
NFL, not the NFL, the Atlanta Falcons fan of the year, April Showers. Diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. I'm definitely guaranteeing
April.
we can get April on the podcast sometime soon. She got a lot going on, but April is a diehard fan. She's also checked into the chat a couple times too as well here on One Time for the Fan. Rise Up Tour member too as well. Goes to a lot of the away games. I'm always seeing her on the road, but she is the Atlanta Falcons fan of the year, and then she's going for the NFL fan of the year. So big shout out to April Showers. for winning that great award
Congratulations,
for the
April.
Falcons. Pamela Johnson's in the chat. Thomas Scott is in the chat. Ramel's in the chat, and he got the AI Falcon as the picture. He's going ham already. Damn, Arthur Smith.
And poor people just spelling that poor man name wrong. It's Arthur, guys, not like the book.
God, not Arthur. Not Arturo. Big boy Brewski said, "What's up, fam? I don't like the play callers." Kiki.
Listen, it was some like I said, that time we was on the goal line. I was like, so this is the perfect time to use Bijan, and where is he at?
The red zone woes will continue if they don't fix it soon. You put up 28 points in the Benz. You had the win locked. You had it secured.
Yeah.
What happened?
I really think at that the last 2 minutes, I just truly think those guys were gas. They can't tackle though, because I mean, shit. It was some missed tackles, but
that was
don't
some
know.
pretty bad Madden tackling out there from what I seen on that second on that 2-minute drive. That was tough. Players diving over each other, fucking launching from Superman dives from like 20 yards out. Like, get this guy on the ground. But then to hear the stories of he hasn't taken the snap with the center until that game.
Right.
On the sideline, it was the first snaps he was taking with the center.
Disgusting.
To learn the cadence. He doesn't even know the players on the team that he's throwing the ball to. He didn't take a snap all week at practice. He lost to this guy.
Why do we make backups and rookie QBs look like Tom Brady?
Sade's in the chat. Arthur Smith is making it hard to like him these days.
I miss him when he was fat.
Shit.
Wasn't this bad.
Y'all was all over the mustache at the beginning of the season.
Listen, you need to cut that.
Joey's in the chat. It said Arthur needs to be fired tonight. A lot of people's calling for the firing of the coach. A lot of people is calling for Desmond Ridder to be the starter next week against Arizona. We do not know.
Honestly, I don't even care who the starter is. We just need to win.
I'm so at that point.
Who put whoever's behind Drew Dalman in a better position to win? Because we cannot keep. It's just certain plays you look like, what the hell are you doing?
Disappointed in this loss today. I
really who's the Cardinals quarterback coming up?
It's probably going to be Kyle Murray.
I heard it was going to be the other kid because I heard that Kyle is not really ready yet.
Let's go and try to pull up something from the Cardinals report, because even looking at this schedule ahead, the Cardinals got the bye week, the Saints, the Bucks, the Colts, the Bears. I mean, I'm still saying a lot of winnable games on the season. You can start a streak at any moment. But you're losing games that you should have won.
Yeah.
Early in the season.
Yeah.
I'll give the Lions and Jags game away. All right, cool. Shouldn't have lost the Washington game or the Titans game or this game today. 3 wins on the schedule you should have. I hope we don't go back to the end of the season and have to look at these 3 games and say, I can't believe we would have won one of those. Would have been in the fucking playoffs or something like that. I hope we don't have to do that.
Because Jags likely, winning their division. Lions definitely win. Well, I don't know. Because what's the standards now? It's like the Lions, and then the Vikings have a winning, so we'll see. We just really got it out of division because I feel like now the wild card might be off the table. So we got to take this division back.
You take it back by getting a win on Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals. Of course, now worrying about other teams in division, sitting at 4-5. You just got to say, F it. We have to go out there and handle business.
Right.
Which I know some fans, they love seeing that type of stuff. Okay, the Saints won today. Okay, the Bucks lost today. Okay, the Panthers lost today. I know fans love to hear that because it's motivating. It helps find you different scenarios and different ways to see how the Falcons can make a wild card game or win the division. But lost to the Vikings in front of Danny fucking Glover.
Uncle Danny.
I love one time for the fans. The fans that come in the chat here and talk Falcons football with us because the podcast is really about them.
Yeah.
Because one time for the fans, like I'm a fan, you're a fan, we're all fans. So seeing all these fans chime in here right now, that's why it's always good to invite your friends and your family here to the chat. Because this is a safe place to talk about the Atlanta Falcons. We don't call nobody out. We ain't trying to bash nobody. But all these fans here in the chat is upset because they saw a win 2 on the schedule. They woke up today and say, "Oh, we're going to beat the Vikings with
I
Taylor Heineke."
I sure did say that. That's what I said. I was like, you know what? I feel good. We're gonna win this game. We're gonna stay on top of our division. We're going to Arizona, kick their ass, and we good. And now look,
ATL Sade, man, I'm just taking it one game at a time. No more high expectations.
it's time to
In
just
November, the high expectations are out the window.
it's time to just get high, girl.
Shit. Rec Show Sports Talk Show is here in the chat. So what's good, brother? How you feeling about the AZ game? Well, one time for the fan, we will be out there for the Arizona game. So for those Falcon fans that's coming out to Arizona this week, we have a lot of things going on with the Rise Up Tour. So any Falcon fan that knows about the Rise Up Tour, hit us up because we have a nice little meet and greet Saturday night with Pastor Troy, my boy Troy, performing live this Saturday night in Arizona. But how I'm feeling about the Arizona game? It's the same way I feel every Sunday about these Falcons. They can go out there and win.
Yeah, I'm not counting them out saying that we're gonna just lose because we lost today.
I'm not on the tank ship right now.
No.
I'm not on the season's over. I'm not on the, of course, firing of anybody. I'm disappointed. I am upset. A winnable game that you lost, just like last week in Tennessee. You can't do this shit in Arizona because you're going to go into the bye at 4-6, and you do not want to hear this fan base for that extra week. You do not want to hear this
So
fan
I
base.
would
We're going to turn into fucking Jets
deactivate
fans in a
all
minute.
social media for the week.
It's tough because you have fans that, like some people said here in the chat, the money that's spent on the defense, the money that was spent on this team this offseason, the picks that you got in the draft with Bijan Robinson, of course, the weapons with Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and you're sitting at 4-5. So all along, I think there were some fans that were correct. Maybe it was the quarterback situation all along, but then some fans can also throw in the play calling. Of course, the Kurt Warner film breakdown of the scheme can also bring some light to some of the scheme is not being ran well too as well. So this is not the same Falcons team from last year. It's not the same team. You might see some. Touchdown celebration was pretty lit. But this is not the same team from last year. Of course, you might see some of the same players, but this is still not the same team. Every game is treated differently. So, can the Falcons still win the division? Yes. Can the Falcons go out there and beat the Cardinals on Sunday? Definitely. Going to the bye, 5-5. But when you come out from that bye week, you have your rivals in the Mercedes-Benz. And I'm telling you right now, the way that they're feeling right now, they finna show up. Because they believe down there in Stinky Town that they can also win the division too. Which is why I'm going to keep saying it. This might go down to the last couple games of the season.
That's my prediction now. I did think that we were at one point going to run away with it, but I feel like it's about to be a dogfight between us and them.
The to be determined game at the end of the year is going to turn into a primetime game. And that's
I'm not giving up on the season,
I'm definitely not giving up on the season, no. But there has to be some changes.
If we lose Sunday, say I'm going in the back of my closet to find my black Air Forces, and somebody getting swung on.
You still got the do-rag too?
I got the do-rag. I got a black and mild that's not open, that's stale. So I mean,
the wood tip.
Yeah,
that's tough. That is tough. South Carolina is doing you wrong. Anthony White, I don't want to fire Arthur Smith at this point, but believe he's squarely on the hot seat. Losing games like this is the reason why. Very sad. Falcon fans, agree or disagree. Your coach, as a fan, most fans here in the chat can agree or disagree, is your coach is on the hot seat.
Yeah.
He's losing games. that he's supposed to win. That I think most teams would have went into most NFL media. Most teams around the league would have said, "Oh, the Falcons can win this game. They're definitely going to win this game."
Yeah.
It's not the case. The play calling has been upsetting for a lot of the fans. The red zone play calling. Where is Bijan Robinson? Why are you not using Kyle Pitts more? Certain things you have to look at. I think fans, we won't know.
Arthur Smith has a crush on Jonnu.
Shit. We won't know. We're not in the locker room. We're not on the group text. We're not in the threads of their Falcons chat. We won't know. Coach is going to come out this week. He's going to say his comments about the team, about what happened, what went wrong, what he thought was good and was bad. He's going to move on to Arizona. We're going to move on too as well, but we're going to still question this moment. Like, why the fuck are we not using Bijan more? Why are we not using Pitts more in the red zone? Why are we not doing this X, Y, and Z? Falcon fans, we won't know. So that's why some of the fans are upset, because they do know these are the answers that's going to leave unanswered. These are the questions going to be unanswered. We're not going to know. And that's the disappointing part, because we're losing these games and fans are talking amongst each other in the chats, in the Reddit discords and Twitter. And the fans have the right to know, why are we not winning some of these games? Why are we not using Bijan Robinson more in these? I just read off the stats from this first 3 games to the last 3. They're messing up. They got to do something. Key, they got to do something.
I like Smith. I feel like he's maybe like a good head coach, but I do feel like he needs to get us an OC. Because what is Dave Ragone doing?
Not saying much about the offensive coordinator right now. Not saying much about the offensive coordinator right now.
Why, is he a part of the mob or something?
Oh shit! It's an hour podcast. DA Hunter, facts. 1 game at a time. With no high expectations. Falcon fans, hit the chat, hit that like button, hit that share button.
That's all we can do. Take it 1 game at a time. But I do not want to. I ain't want to lose to the Vikings today. But I'll be damned if we lose to whomever is the Arizona Cardinals quarterback.
I know every game is different. Every season is different. Not fast forwarding all the way to next year. But some fans are looking at it like, guys, we're losing to the Vikings when they don't have Kirk Cousins. They didn't have Dalvin Cook. They didn't have some of their star players. They didn't have Justin Jefferson. You lose to the Titans in that situation with a fucking Will Levis. You know, you lose to the Lions in that situation. I understand. You lose to the Commanders. But next year, you have to go play Dallas, which everybody hates. But we know that Dallas can still score and put up some points.
Is that going to be a home or in Dallas game?
That's no, Dallas comes to us.
Oh God!
You gotta go to Philly. You gotta go play in Philly next year.
That's definitely a hell no.
You gotta play Kansas City next year.
I ain't traveling to Philly. I'll never go to Philly.
You feel what I'm saying? You gotta play some teams that knows that they're expecting a win, because these teams are consecutively winning games. Gotta watch out for this shit, Falcon fans. You're losing to the Commanders, losing to the Titans with Will Levis, and then you lose to what they say, Doja Cat. That is tough. That is tough. I saw the tweets like, I can't believe they called this man Doja Cat
this year. That was not, because like first I was confused, because I'm just like, wait a minute, when did he even go to the Vikings?
Got traded earlier this week. Didn't even take a snap with the team all practice. Took a snap today and went crazy. Kenny's in the chat. We'll catch up with Kenny when he goes to New York. Big shout out to diehard Falcon fan Kenny here. How many times we gonna get served a W win on a silver platter and F it up? Only we have mastered that. My condolences to you and your family, Miss Kiki.
Thank you, Kenny.
Hal Poole's in the chat. He's not dropping Matt Ryan F-bombs. Those 2 turnovers cost us 14 points.
Which ones? Oh, never mind. I don't want to have flashbacks.
Shit. It's tough. Joey Santori said Bijan was a wasted pick. We don't use him correctly. Not calling him a wasted pick.
No.
I will say we're not using him correctly in certain situations. Yes, Joey. Not calling him a wasted pick.
Yeah, he's not a wasted pick, because he's
definitely not a wasted pick.
He's brought some life back to, this fan base. A lot of people love Bijan, so I'm not gonna say that.
Des Dollars, who I must say was one of the original podcasters here on One Time for the Fan. He showed up to the first episode of One Time for the Fan. Haven't seen him since. Kiki, there he is. This is Des Dollars. He said, God, more mud from Coke Smith. Big shout out Des Dollars in the chat. Des, also congratulations to you. I know you have your first child on the way. Chase can tell you a thing or two on how to prepare for that. Because Chase just had his first child too as well. So big shout out to Des Dollars here in the chat.
Congratulations.
Checking in for anyone of the Falcons groups, Falcons family, Rise Up tour, Falcons Mafia, Falcons 2.0. Head on over to YouTube, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Of course,
So
if you're on Twitter, follow us on Twitter too as well. Going out here to the chat because on Sundays it gets crazy with the chat. We always get back and behind. We can never catch up to the chat. So John Miranda said Anthony's question: negative quarterback. That's tough. Jeff Wilson here dropping hashtags. Look at this.
Smith gotta go. Oh God.
Smith got to go.
Well, I've seen that all over X.
Can Smith turn this around for Falcons fans?
We can hashtag all we want to, but I don't see him getting fired in the middle of the season.
I don't see that happening here.
If they do anything with him, it's going to be at the end of the season. Not, to be honest, guys, I don't think it's going to even happen then because, I just don't think it's going to happen.
Falcon fans, hit that like button, hit that share button.
But I will say I saw a funny picture on X, and it was a car, and in the mirror, on those on the what you call it, rearview mirrors, where it says objects may be closer than they appear.
Mm-hmm.
It was Arthur Smith driving, and in the rearview mirror was Ryan Nielsen. So basically saying like he coming for your job. I was like, damn.
Ryan Nielsen, man, hey, that's my vote for the next head coach if Smith's up out of here. But I'm not to call it right now. We'll see what happens. Josh
I'm
Allen's
not on
over
that
here.
train right now, but I mean, he's
I'm
not
not
my favorite
on the fire
person
anybody
right
train.
now.
No, I'm letting the season play out.
Yeah, I definitely want to pluck at least 5 hairs from his mustache, though.
That is tough. Matthew Bass is here in the chat. Big shout out to Matthew Bass. Surprising me today at the Falcon game with a Falcons poncho for Arizona. So I'm going in there to Arizona with the Falcons poncho.
Nice.
So
when do y'all leave?
Thursday.
Nice.
So it's going down in a major way. We got the party Saturday night with Pastor Troy. He's performing live at the event. So I don't even know how we're going to contain this shit because you know how crazy some of our parties get on the road. And bringing Troy out like we've done in the past has always created a lot of energy, fan energy that's just through the roof. When we did New Orleans, I mean, we had the place packed, couldn't even get in there. So hopefully it'll be the same way like always in Arizona. But Falcon fans show up, man. We love going on the road, representing this fan base in a major way. So big shout out to everybody that's heading out to Arizona this week. 6-man K-Styles is in the chat. He said field goals instead of TDs will always be controversial. Key?
Hey, it does no lie.
You have to score in the red zone when I mean, people would say points over possession, that type of thing. I understand. But when it comes to, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in different games, different scenarios, you're just putting up field goals. I mean, you're really looking bad in the red zone. Like, you was on the 1 yard line and couldn't score. Key, those are moments where that's where you put Jack Spade in.
Hold on 1 second. What you say?
Chat. I said you was on damn near what? The 2 yard line and couldn't even score.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You didn't missed the next line, but I said that's the moment where you put Jack Spade in.
Yeah. What tripped me out was I think it was like the first time it was like a false start. I don't know what went wrong at the false start. I was like, here we go.
Falcon fans are signing off in the chat, and it's always good to have Falcon fans here because one time for the fan is for the fans. It's a safe place to come talk about Falcons football. We've had some players here in the chat too as well in the past. Big shout out to D Alford. Oh, happy birthday to the homie D Alford, man.
Happy birthday.
Big happy birthday to the homie D Alford. Man, let me see if I can get this person in the chat, man. Hold on, let me see if I can get this person in the chat. Kiki, should I call him? Hold on, let me call him. See if he's gonna answer.
Your call has been forwarded to...
Oh, he's busy. Okay, let me send him a text. It's a former Falcon player. Hold on. See if I can get him in the chat. We do have some special announcements coming up soon because we have a lot of special guests coming to the show very soon here on One Time for the Fan. And we want all the Falcon fans to be excited about who we got coming to the podcast soon because we've had well over 20 plus special guests here. We've had Falcon fans, we've had journalists, we've had reporters and podcasters from other teams and fan bases. We did our rookie report last year from all the rookies. So we reached out to all the colleges and all the local content creators and social media sites that cover those teams. So it's always good to have special guests here, but we are going to have some really cool special guests coming up. I'm excited because, Kiki, some of the special guests that we have coming up.
Yes, sir.
Tonight we'll drop one right after we are finished with this here. Before we get ready to wrap it up, we'll drop an announcement for you all. Telvin Phelps in the chat, he said, okay, we fire Arthur Smith. Who do we get? My vote is Ryan Nielsen. I think they'll probably, I hope it's not Dave Ragone, but my vote is Ryan Nielsen. But I'm not going down the fire Coach Smith route just yet.
Not yet.
But at the end of the season, if a decision is made where Coach Smith is not going to be our coach, or however they're going to get ready to reshape the coaching staff, if that's their decision in the organization, I'm sure they're going to go out and probably find the best head coach that they can available. I don't think it's going to be, one of those coaches that doesn't have head coaching experiences. I think they're going to go out there and really find a top candidate that can really take this team to the next level. But we're still at a position where we can win the division. We're still at a position where we can go in there and make the playoffs. So Falcon fans, don't just turn on the team just yet, but keep in mind what could happen at the end of the season. That's all I'm saying. Kiki, you know about that too as well.
No, yeah. I could see if we were like 1-7 now.
Okay,
like that team.
Boom, right there. You're 1-7. You're 2-8. It's bad. So now you know that this change is probably going to happen within the next 24 hours. But at 4-5 with a game that you should have won today, I don't see a moment where they're going to go out there and fire the coach. I see an opportunity where you have to turn things around in Arizona, and you still have a chance to win the division. You come back home to Atlanta, you beat the Saints. You then what they got after the Saints? They got New York, the Jets. I mean, I'm trying to remain positive here on what can happen.
Right.
But if you do lose your next 2 out of 3, then that's a moment where I can say, okay, this is not good.
Yeah.
Playoffs is right around the corner, and you've lost way too many. And now we're looking at wild card and all this other shit, playoff scenarios. I don't want to see that. Before the season started, we looked at the schedule, we looked at the roster, we looked at what we had. We was 2-0. Everybody was hyped. 2-2 coming out of that London game. And I still thought, all right, this team can go on a streak. This team can go on a roll. But that is not the case right now, sitting at 4-5. Yeah. Have I gave up? No. Are we going to tank? No. Do I believe we can win the division? Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Arizona.
Right.
After
One thing
Arizona,
that is unacceptable, though, what they said, Coop put up like 14 of our points today.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's unacceptable.
How long do y'all see Kyle and London stay in Atlanta? I know that contract for Kyle's going to be first.
Yeah.
So that's a decision the Falcons and I guess Kyle Pitts is going to have to make when that time comes. The sad part is Kyle hasn't had a true quarterback to play with yet.
No.
He had the Matt Ryan situation and then the Marcus Mariota situation, Desmond Ridder, Taylor Heineke. Oh man, shit, this is tough.
And here's my thing too with the quarterback situation. Even if we are in a situation where we can draft a Penix or whoever is the hot person right now.
We sit 14th in the draft right now.
Right. Even if we have a chance to draft, it's still going to be same shit, just different day. Well, same shit, different quarterbacks, because if the play calling doesn't change, then, well, yeah, y'all know.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I know you got your cousins, your brothers, your sister dogs, your cats, your neighbors. Go ahead and get them here in the chat. They're Falcon fans. We all love talking Falcons football. Get him on the ground. Get him on the ground. He throws the ball away. That's some shit I wanted to see today, but it didn't happen. Ramel's in the chat. You said we lost in front of Danny fucking Glover.
Oh, Uncle Danny. Oh, mister.
T-Bone's in the chat. The defense needs to learn how to tackle.
For sure. They do.
Cheryl's in the chat. All I can say, shaking my head. Look at Cree. She's exhausted. We're exhausted. She's just trying to figure this team out, y'all.
The coach ain't figured the team out yet.
Alejandro Duncan's in the chat. So the problem is it's the same coach. Damn.
Yeah,
Damn, Alejandro Duncan.
I'm telling you, I really do feel like it was some scapegoat shit going on, but I ain't gonna say no more about that.
Clarabella. I was in disbelief after the clock hit 0. Clarabella, you're in the same boat as me, Kiki, Bodie, Chase. Everybody, because you saw the game, I think, at that 2-minute warning, thinking this is it. We're gonna win this game. Doja Cat can't do shit against us.
Right.
No way possible that he's gonna be able to lead this team down the field and win this game. But sure enough, he does. And you look at the rest of the schedule and say, okay, you lost to Will Levis, you lost to Josh Dobbs, could possibly play Kyle Murray next week, come back, have to play your rivals, New Orleans, that seem to be on some type of role here.
No, if we lose to Emo Car or whatever, I'll lose it. I almost pushed this TV over today, but we ain't close enough to Black Friday yet, so I didn't.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Checking in from Facebook. What the fuck? I've been drinking. Checking in from Facebook. Head over to YouTube. Hit that subscribe. Of course, you know we're always talking Falcons football.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, dear Ryan Nielsen, we already know, like, you already know what they're going to do when they put Taysom Hill in the game. So don't even let them try that shit.
T-Bone, Philly fans are the worst in all the sports.
Yeah, I would never go to Philly. I would never go to Philly. And I mean, you know, the city of brotherly love, man, please. Tush push. Whatever.
Got a Jaguars fan here in the chat. I see the Jaguars fan. Manuel McFarland's here in the chat. So what's good one time? We don't need to fire him, but the playbook has to come out of his hands. Bring Josh Daniels aboard. Who? What?
The one that just got fired, and then
Sheesh.
he just got fired, and then the Oakland Raiders, after he gets fired, they dropped 36 points on the New York Giants, 36-3. So clearly he was the problem over there. I don't want him in Atlanta.
It's going down in the major way. Carrie is in the chat. Say hi, Falcons fam. Got a special guest coming up this year on One Time for the Fan. Can't wait to let y'all know. We have a lot of special guests coming up, don't we, Key?
We sure do.
Manny McFarland's here. Said Coach Smith is lost at this play calling. His body language, his demeanor on the sideline doesn't look like someone who knows what he is doing. Arthur Smith is definitely not in his first year right here doing this. I mean, he's been the head coach of this team here for a while. So why can't he get this under control when it comes to especially the red zone play calling? Okay, I'm watching the Bengals here, right? Watching the Bengals here in the red zone versus the Bills. A team who is favored in the AFC to probably go to what? The championship game at least? AFC championship game? Okay. And first and goal going to second and goal. So let's see if they score here with some of the plays that they use. But for the Atlanta Falcons, you get down to the red zone so many times this year. Even with a quarterback that fans wasn't expecting to be the starting quarterback. You get rid of you don't get rid of him. You bench him. You bring in Taylor Heineke. Get down to the red zone again. Still in the situation where you're kicking field goals. Key, is it time to bring Jack Spade in?
I mean, do you think that you would do better than Woodside? Because he's next in command.
Who?
Woodside. Ain't he next in command?
How are you calling another quarterback when I'm still waiting on my call over here too as well? I mean, y'all want to go to Woodside already?
I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
Is that a touchdown? That's not a touchdown. Falcons fans, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Fans in here are upset. T-Bone Hubbard's here in the chat. So the D needs more help and needs to learn how to tackle.
They
Falcon
do.
fans agree or disagree?
They do.
LaShonda Whitehead is here in the chat. Said on any given Sunday, It's possible. Falcon fans that still believe here in the chat that the team can go out here and get a win on Sunday, put a 1 in the chat. If you believe the Falcon fans can go out there, the Atlanta Falcons can go out there to Arizona and bring home a W, put a 1 in the chat. King Quest is here in the chat. He said, y'all know how mad I was when that organic brown egg ran. Got the first and fourth. Yeah. The organic brown. The organic brown egg. God.
Like, we lost to
Sheesh.
Norman Freeman.
That is tough.
We lost to KU. We lost
Jordy
to
Shepard's here in the chat. Kiki.
I don't have no comment on that. Like, look, because people, I done been called all kind of names because I still support QB1. All I can say is same shit, different toilets. Like, I support my quarterback one, and I said I was open minded because I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed when he got benched, and watching the video, his press conference after he got benched, you could see it in his face. I read body language well. You could see it in his face he was hurt, but he went out there and said that he was gonna do whatever coach asked of him, and he still was supporting Taylor. So I was like, okay, we got a veteran in that quarterback, so this should be a dub. But it was still the same shit, different total. The only thing I can say with Taylor is he can get the ball out quicker. He can make quicker decisions. Really, that's it. He don't look like what his costume was, which I do feel like that was kind of like a little dig at Ritter, but I'm not going to talk about that either.
Travis Preston's in the chat. We have no one on our staff to develop a young quarterback. TJ Yates is on the staff, but he's the wide receivers coach. Make it make sense.
And that's what all I was just saying. Like, I feel like Ritter with the right person that can develop him, he'd be a great QB, because I really feel like Heineke is just what he is. He's a backup.
William Amy, Arthur Smith never developed Desmond Ritter. Let's get that clear.
We know that, but everybody wanted to bash him and say, get him out of there. He sucks. He looks like he puts mayo in his coffee. So whatever. I'm not gonna say. I don't want to speak no more on that. Like, I get upset thinking about it. I really felt like we could have won this game because we had a veteran behind Dahlman. And well, like I said, defense gave it. I'm not gonna bash the defense because defense gave us chances to win this game. Cool put up more points. Cool put up 14 points. I gotta go check that, but that's not good.
I hate when we lose. I only want to read up the fucking stats. Like,
yeah, we lost to Doja Cat.
Apparently, Travis Preston said we lost to Charlie Villanueva. This is tough.
Hey, Google Norman Freeman. Google Norman Freeman. You probably know who that is. And tell me if we ain't lost to him.
Hold on. Jesus Christ. Hold on, you got to see this. You've got to see this. Hold on. I have to put this up here. My man said we lost to Charlie Villanueva. Yo, y'all got to check this shit out. Check my man Charlie out, dog.
See?
Can you see it?
Exactly. I saw it, yeah.
Can you see it? Mm-hmm. Look at Josh Dobbs.
Now put up Norman Freeman. Type in Norman Freeman. That's internet
Norman
sensation.
Freeman?
Norman Freeman. He's the guy with the same thing.
Norman.
He's got the same thing that Josh Dobbs got.
I can't. You're wrong. You are wrong. How dare you?
I'm just saying. They got the same thing, like the alopecia where you lose your eyebrows and lashes and stuff.
Oh my God. Sheesh. Falcon fans, we can't be losing to these type of people, y'all. So they say we lost a little bit.
He legit like has a engine, like I forgot what kind of degree. He's like really smart though.
Oh my gosh. This is tough. Oh man. Simeon in the chat said Falcons need to work on chemistry. Georgia Bulldogs has that. That is true. That's one thing about the dogs. I mean, Kirby Smart
But
got
they
that
have a
team
good, but
chemistry
they
down
have a
pat.
good coach. They have a good coach. That and how long has Kirby Smart been there?
Mm-hmm.
We can't compare these situations, in my opinion, because if we keep wanting to fire everybody, we're never going to have any type of consistency.
Mm-hmm.
So there's never going to be chemistry if we're going to make all these changes.
Big shout out to Felisa Allen here in the chat. She said coaching or lack of matters. That's all. Manuel McFarland's in the chat. At this point, Jack Spade for president. Let's go. Fuck yeah. I told y'all. Told y'all. Ones are in the chat here because the Falcon fans do believe that you can go in there and beat the Arizona Cardinals.
I might got to use somebody buddy pass and get to Arizona because I need to wear my black Air Forces on the sideline.
Shout out to the chat. So D offered, if you're watching, tell Coach Smith I said if he doesn't get it together, I'm coming up there to call plays my damn self. Sheesh. For any Falcon player that does watch the podcast, for any Falcon player that was in the podcast recently, big shout out to you all. We love talking Falcons football with everybody in here. Whether if you're a player or a fan of another team, it's all NFL. It's all sports at the end of the day. So big shout out to everybody here in the chat. Kenneth's in the chat. Said Arthur Smith, 18 and 25. Ryan 7 to 10. Mariota 5-8. Ritter 6 for 6. Heineke 0 for 1. Sheesh. This is tough.
Somebody gonna be smoking on that Smith pack soon if you don't get that shit together.
Shit. God, my boy said put the pick up with Dobbs with hair. Shit. Not we even turn this to the roast session, but we did lose to Charlie Villanueva.
Those are
That was a good one, Travis Preston. My boy said we lost to Dollar Tree Bobby Lashley. Shit. Falcon fans, one thing about Atlanta, man, they'll keep the jokes coming. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, the roast session will go on for days. But for those here in the chat that's watching, for those here in the chat that's listening, hit that like button, that share button, subscribe button. Kiki, we'll talk more on Wednesday. Of course, I think Bodie should be back. And of course, Chase might be here too as well. So we'll go over a little bit more about the game. We want fans to take this time to enjoy their Sunday night after a disappointing loss. We do talk Falcons football for about an hour and some change here. But we do have to ask, Key, just your thoughts for today. Mm-hmm. And then going throughout this week, getting ready for the Cardinals, what do you think the Falcons need to do to beat the Cardinals now? Seeing your 4-5 team now halfway throughout this season.
We need to pray.
Shit.
First off. And quick comment before I make what I think we need to do to beat the Cardinals. Y'all, we got to stop going on social media and yelling at the social media team about what they post. They work for the Falcons. They're the social media team. They have no control over who gets hired, who gets fired, who gets benched. Y'all going on there telling them that they're stupid and stuff. They just posting. Like, they have no control over the team.
So I haven't seen that yet, but I do know that, that area. I do know the people in that area. So they're fans like us too as well. Right. So for those that's, tagging the Falcons, like, F you guys, this, that, like, they're not finna go ahead and start retweeting it and reposting it and really caring about it. I'm telling you right now, I really don't think they'll see it. Like, they get tagged in so much stuff all the time.
Right. A lot of stuff probably they don't even see it.
So much stuff.
Like, sometimes it just be pointless. Like, because when I tag them, normally I do it in a joking way. That way it don't seem like I'm being a butthole. Because I think one time I tagged them and said, I was like, hey, just slap you know what on me. I could play center. But I was joking. They probably ain't seen that. Y'all going in and say, fire Arthur Smith. Yeah, I don't think the person who runs the Falcons page has that authority.
I can't. They don't.
Right.
So for Falcon fans talking like that, like, just chill. Like, where are you tagging the Atlanta Falcons for? Like, I'm telling you right now, the people that run that account, they don't care. They don't care.
I remember you showed me the people who run that account. You could tell they probably see some stuff and they just be like, oh, okay, whatever.
Like, try to be positive about the situation that, you're not the Carolina Panthers right now. I understand the team is, it's disappointing, but
we lost we lost the Doja Cat. They lost the Burt Reynolds.
shit, that stuff. We still have enough time in this season to still turn things around. And it really starts with Arizona on Sunday now because we're 4-5. Like I can't say, oh, it's going to start against the Saints. So no, it has to start against
It has to
Arizona.
start Sunday.
You win there, you go 5-5. You come to the bye week. You come out the bye week, and then you really have to make that playoff run, and you have to show dominance in the NFC. I'm talking about to where every media outlet is like, wow, the Falcons went to that bye week, came out a whole different team. So let's do it now, which most fans would have thought, oh, we would have had a better record going into the bye week. You beat the Cardinals Sunday and go 5-5. You go into the bye week. You come out and play the Saints. You're already 2-0 in the division. You can go in there and beat the New Orleans Saints at home. Now, who is the quarterback? That's the tough part that I'm trying to get to this week. Like, if you bring Desmond Ridder
think Heineke starts. I still think
I
he's
think it's
start.
going to be Taylor Heineke. If even with Kyle Murray still, if he's going to be playing Sunday. For me, I think the Falcons are going to go with Taylor Heineke on Sunday.
But if it comes down to the last 2 minutes or the last minute, put Ridder and let him walk the field, walk us down the field.
At this point, you can put me in.
Oh God, we see what he could do with in the fourth quarter. Like he has 3 comeback wins. Put him in if we got a chance to win it, put him in for the last 2 minutes. Do a 2-minute drill. He good at that.
Falcon fans
put Bijan on the goal line. Put Bijan on the goal line.
You have to see more of that. I think what is going on with the Falcons red zone, the what we've seen, man, it's just been so rough. On the 1 yard line.
I think that was what Lorenzo Carter that got the fumble right, and he got it back that close. Was it Lorenzo or somebody? I don't remember. But I don't want to watch that game over. It's certain games that we lose that I can go and look at, but I choose not to watch this because I don't want to see us losing to what's his name, Charlie Villanova, Norman Freeman, Doja Cat, Caillou.
Kenneth is here in the chat. Big shout out to all the Falcon fans checking in on Facebook, on YouTube. If you're here on Facebook for the first time, head on over to YouTube, hit that like button, that share button, subscribe button. You know we're talking Falcons football with all the Atlanta Falcons fans. And it's always great talking with you all because everybody here is a fan of the team. You want to see the team win. And, of course, what the negatives that we're seeing right now from the team is weighing more than the positives. So sitting at 4-5, it's tough. It's tough for all fans. But
we should not have lost today.
We should not have lost. Shouldn't have lost last week either. That's why for Falcon fans, you have a podcast like One Time for the Fan to come over, express all your feelings and your thoughts about this team. And we love talking about it here on the podcast too. And we ain't bashing nobody. We ain't being rude, disrespectful. But we want to win. Everybody here wants to win. So invite your friends and your family out here to talk Falcons football with us. Kenneth says, let's be real. Fire Smith, hire a head coach. Jerry Gray will be fine. Then let Fontenot hire an offensive coordinator yesterday and move on from this disaster. Christy Lewis is also here in the chat. She said, under Blank's family business since 2002, Blank hasn't kept coaches past year 3. If they haven't made the playoffs, we will all know by game 12. Christy Lewis. And
hey, we will see. We will see.
Something here.
We will see.
Christy Lewis.
I really, because I don't see them letting him go right now. Not right now. If anything, it's going to be at the end of the season. Although I did say that about Dan Quinn when he had us at 0-5, and well, shit, didn't he get fired the day of the game? Had me pouring out a 40 for him.
I hate when the Falcons lose. I don't even want to watch football. I don't even want to watch
football. I know I'm not. Once I get off this, I'm going to get ready for school, and I'm probably going to watch Lifetime.
Key, before we go ahead and matter of fact, let's go ahead and drop the first announcement, special guest. Should we?
Well, you need to give me a date so I can confirm mine. So you want to do yours first?
Well,
because I need an exact date so we could drop that one.
Well, let me see here. Hold on. So we know we're gonna drop 1, 2, 3. Oh, we have a lot of special guests coming up on the podcast. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. So before I bring this up, let me go ahead and get profile up. All right, I got it ready here. Dum, dum, dum. Told Bodie to work on this production going forward. I don't know what's taking him so long.
So I got to get back with him by at least Tuesday.
Sheesh. One time for the fan. You know we bring a special guest here to the podcast. We have Carrie joining us next week, Wednesday, for our bye-week special. We're going to have another special guest that week, too, as well. We're going to be loading up on podcasts. But, yes, we have Miss Carrie, who's going to be joining us here next week, Wednesday, on the podcast. So, for Falcon fans that's going to be tuning in to One Time for the Fan, Miss Carrie, baby. Carrie's going to be joining us, too. Next week. Kiki's gonna be a great show. Carrie's been with us twice on One Time for the Fan?
I think once. This will be her second.
2 or 3 times on One Time for the Fan?
No, I think this will be her second time.
Look, see, Danny Glover. Look at Carrie. We just lost in front of Danny fucking Glover.
You pull a picture up.
Carrie's a diehard Falcon fan, so huh?
I say you pull that picture up to make it all depressing all over again. I say you made it depressing all over again.
What?
The Danny Glover.
What, the Danny Glover?
Yeah.
He's sitting there at the games.
I know we can't be losing.
He wants dubs.
In front of Mister.
Shit, Danny Glover showed up for gloves. He showed up for dubs. What does Danny Glover look like sitting there? How you doing today, Danny? Falcons are fucking losing. You know that? It's Danny Glover. It's Danny Glover. You don't lose in front of Danny Glover. It's your one time. It's your one time. But Falcon fans, I'm glad you all are joined in tonight. Come on back Wednesday. You know, we got some more Falcons football to talk with you all. You might even see a pop-up show later on this week. You might even see some more content posted on the channel. So you have to hit that subscribe button over there on YouTube. Somebody was asking about a giveaway. You know, we did the giveaway last year with the tickets and the signed Kyle Pitts jersey. I think we might do a giveaway this year. Kiki, should we do a giveaway this year?
I think we should. The fans deserve something for rocking with us and trying to, you know, find some light to the tunnel. So we actually have a good bit of followers who, you know, who they try to, you know, they're not disrespectful.
Yeah.
They don't come on and say, y'all some idiots and y'all didn't, you know.
No, we don't have no disrespectful fans here in the chat.
Yeah. I fucks with this crowd. Excuse my language. So they deserve something.
Should the Jaguars fan be added to the giveaway too?
I'm gonna be quiet.
Shit. That's tough. Falcons family. Giveaways coming up. Special guests. Of course, you know we got those two as well. Carrie will be joining us next week here on One Time for the Fan. It's such an amazing time when you can bring other Falcon fans onto the podcast and ask them about what's going on. Why do we bring Carrie on during the bye week? It's the best time of the year to bring Carrie on to talk Falcons football. It's at the midpoint of the season for the Atlanta Falcons with their bye week of what they're going to do going forward. If they win against Arizona, when they win against Arizona on Sunday, sitting at 5-5, they have enough time to make some decisions on what they're going to do going forward, because you have the Saints, you have the Jets, you have the what else? The Panthers, the Bucks, the Colts, the Bears, and then the Saints again. And it's really down to the nitty-gritty. Those are the games you definitely cannot lose. So if today was your last loss of the season, I'm glad you did it against fucking Charlie Villanueva. But going forward, you have to win on Sunday. You have to come back and beat the Saints. You then have to go out there and beat the Jets. You have to get some lead in this division if you want to show this fan base and the organization that you're going to win the division. Kiki, Carrie, our special guest, is going to be joining us next week. Great show tonight, talking with all the Falcon fans. You know, whenever we turn this podcast on, Falcon fans are going to come in here and express their thoughts about the team. And it's always great to hear what they have to say. King Quest said, winner gets a bottle of Lyric's Mom Stella Rose. Shit. She got
Hey,
them bottles.
honestly, Quest, that's actually a good idea. Whatever that the whoever wins, whatever you drink is on me. So if you like Stella Rosa, let me know. If you like Hennessy, like I do, let me know. Let me know what you like. Kiki got you because Kiki is right next to a package store.
Shit, like you're standing there right now, like next to the package store. Are you doing this shit like on like live on set outside the package store
No,
right now?
but I'm
Oh
actually
shit!
next to one for real.
I don't see the camera on. I keep hearing bottles falling on the fucking ground back there. I don't know what's going on.
No,
One
but
time for the
I
fan.
am near one for real. So if whoever wins, let me know what you like. Kiki got you now, but I got a limit. Don't be sending me no telling you like what 1942 because I'm gonna tell you go to hell. So,
Sullivan, shit is in the chat. He says Smith looked like Roger Rabbit today. Shit, that is tough. It is not going down in a major way when Smith looks like Roger Rabbit. But for Falcon fans here in the
it
chat,
took me to hell.
they have a lot to say about this team. The jokes are coming out. People's trying to find some humor in a team that's 4-5, and you really lost to. I don't want to go over it. Kiki, what's your final thoughts so we can get up out of here, please? Please, Jesus Christ, this is tough. Oh yeah, Kiki, what's your final thoughts? My computer's gonna die like any second.
Hey, let's just go beat the Cardinals. Let's take it. Let's take the rest of the season one game at a time. Let's lift our boys up. I know right now it's not too much to be happy about, but let's try to at least stay optimistic and let's go beat the midget. So whoever the fuck playing quarterback.
It's tough.
But not Roger Rabbit.
Falcon
Roger Rabbit can't be on the sideline.
It's tough. Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. It's always good to come to the podcast and talk Falcons football. You ain't gotta be rude, you ain't gotta be disrespectful, but everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to express their opinions and their thoughts about the team. And this is the podcast to do it. So tell your Falcons friends and family. We'll catch you on Wednesday with another podcast. And then, of course, in Arizona, we have so much going on. So big shout out to everybody that's going to be pulling up to the AZ. One time for the fan. We'll see you Wednesday. Got some more information for you about the Atlanta Falcons throughout the week. And, of course, what we'll be doing here with One Time for the Fan. Peace, y'all. Rise up.
Peace out. Peace out.
All right, Chase, you can valet the